friends, welcome back. This is the last video that I am doing for this series, and in this video I will show you how to add a login. So login help you to know what went wrong in the event a customer is using your system. So login is one of the production feature. So please pay attention to this video because login is very important. After developing your application, that is not the end. You need to monitor your application. You need to maintain your application. You need to continue supporting your customers. And for you to do that, you need some sort of login. For example, if I clear this log and go and do a transaction, maybe withdraw, send request. So a customer is not able to do a transaction. And after a customer is not able to do a transaction, nothing is being logged. Nothing is being logged. Like I don't have any information about why the customer was not able to do a transaction. So in case I will give you a scenario. For example, a customer is using your system, then he or she encounters an error that requires you to troubleshoot and provide solution. Where do you start? First of all, you check the logs to see what went on. So based on those logs, you can be able to know what went wrong and you can be able to support the customer. So another way, another importance of log is you can aggregate those logs together into some centralized login like ELK, that is Elastic, uh, so Kibana and Logstash. So those can be able to aggregate the logs and come up with dashboard. So, but for now, we are not going to go that deep. I want to show you how you can add some login in your application. So in this case, let us go to util folder, create a new Java class. Let us call it Logger util, and let annotate this with at component. So I will try my best to follow best practice as possible rather than going into my code and writing some boilerplate code for login. It is better we do one Logger util class that can be reusable across all my services. So let's get started. So shall start with the private static final Logger. So we are going to use SL4J Logger. So for this SL4J Logger, so in this case we are going to use some sort of Logger factory dot get So in this case, ensure that your Logger factory is coming from SL4J Logger factory. So Logger factory is coming from SL4J. So in this case, private static final Logger, I will give it a name like Logger is equals to Logger factory dot get Logger. So inside get Logger, I will put the class name Logger util dot class. Then I want to define log format. Which format do I want this log to appear? I want my log to have status code, to know the status code returned, the error message. I also want to know the process that was being done. I also want to know the timestamp. I also want to know the time taken. This is a sample format, but you can define your format. You can design your format, but this is a standard, just a good practice to have at least this format. So in this case, we will start by string date time. String date time is equals to new simple. I want us to format the date to a new simple date format. So this date format should be year, then month, then day, hour, minute, second, and finally so that is format. So we say dot format. What are we formatting? New date. So let us import this date. Import date from java.util.date. Now we have date format, date time. Then public void info. Public void info. I want to define a log level called info. So there are several login level. There is info, there is warning, there is error, etc. But for this info, I will pass string process. I want to know which process resulted into the error. Int response code. Then I also want string response message. You also have string in case of an error, string error message. Then finally long time taken. So basically what will this method? So first of all, let me create a string time taken is equals to, let me format the time taken. So I will say string dot format. So this one time taken may be formatted is equals to string dot format. What are we formatting? We are formatting to convert everything to milliseconds. So I will say percentage DMS, comma, time taken over 1 million. Just like that. So it will convert the time taken to a string that is easier to display. Then the other thing that we are going to do in this login, we are also going to log message string log message is equals to, I will say string dot format. So we want to format everything So the first thing is percentage %s for string, which represent process. Okay, so I will say process. So process is equals to percentage %s. Okay, so the other one is response code. So response code is equals to percentage %d. So percentage %d. Okay, so let us then percentage %s, percentage %d, then process is equals to percentage %s, comma, response code is equals to percentage %d, comma, response message will be percentage %s, comma, error message is also percentage %s, error message is also percentage %s, comma, time taken is also percentage %s, comma, now let me percentage %s, comma, now let me pass these variables. So the first variable that I will pass is date time, comma, process, comma, response code, comma, response message, comma, error message, comma, time taken, that order. So Control Alt L. So basically having that, if error message, so for this error message I will do one more check. If error message is not equal to null, if error message is not equal to null, error message, error message else null. Error message else null. Now this one is for info. So basically after that I have to return. I have actually not to return, but I will say logger dot info. So I will say log message time taken formatted. So now here I was supposed to take time taken formatted. Now that is info. We can do this for error dot error. We can also do the same for warning dot warn. So we can copy and do the same for debugging. So this one will be for debugging. Don't know what is happening. Debug, and this one is dot debug, and I am done with this. So basically what I will do, I will copy this Roga util, go to any one of my service. Let me say, for example, I want to use it inside my transaction, so I will eject it here. Final private final Roga util. So I will copy this, import this, and I will add constructor. So basically, after adding that, let me go to get account balance. So if, for example, you are getting account balance and then it throws this error, I need to put some log in here. So at this point I know there is an error, so I will say Roga util dot, this one will be error. So process, I need to pass the process. So basically there are 4 processes in my application. So public PSFS string get underscore balance. That process will be query balance. That is my process 1. The other process deposit. I think I have deposit and withdraw. The other one is get customer account. So this one will be get account. Then finally the last one will be get customers account. Get account. Get. So get accounts. Now I will go back to my transaction service. Process this is get balance. Then the other variable is response code. So this is the response code. The other one is response message. We pass the technical message because this is technical, not customer. Then after technical message, what else? Error message is null. Time taken. Error message null. Time taken. So here, this one, time taken is wrong. So I want to go back there and see this is process, response code, response message, process response message, int, this an int, string, wrong, time taken. So basically now this one we can solve this in a minute. How do we go about it? We are going to calculate the time taken. We are going to calculate sample time taken. So sample service that is using Roga. So I will say wrong start is equals to system dot wrong start is equals to system dot nano time. Then I will go there and say system dot nano time minus start. Now this one not found, not found. So this is not found. Get balance, not found. What is the third parameter? Process response code, response message, response code, response message. So the response message is not account not found. So basically this is how we implement logging. If you want to log each and every process in your code, you can go ahead and do the login. Like now the logger.error. I can also add login here, logger.error. So this one is bad request. Then activate account. Yes, I can also do some login later on here. Balance at this point when we are returning the balance, this is success. So this will be logger.info get balance. So this one is 200, response code 200. So I can say success. There is no error, system.nanotime, and so on. So basically, if I run my code, I can add login in every class that I am going to use. For now, I am going to run my code and show you how these logs appears. So I will go to this service called balance inquiry, because that is the service where I have put the log. So if I stop this, let me try to inquire balance for inactive account. You see now this log for error. So you can see that there is timestamp, there is process query balance, there is response code 400, there is response message inactive account, there is error message null, there is time taken 378 microseconds. So this error can be shipped to ELK for further processing, like it can be used to generate some metrics like the response time for this API, the error message, and also send some for some errors like internal server error. It can send the emails to developers telling them that there are some errors in the application that needs their attention. So thank you so much.